text Patrick though and
Yeah,
give him
let him
the
know. That's
update.
definitely an issue that affects basketball. Oh, that was a good match.
Yeah. Helped a lot.
can't let this go. I got you right where I want you. I've been pushing for this for so long. Kiss me just once for luck. These are desperate measures now. I can't let this go.
It'll be a tight game. It'll be a really tight game.
Yo. Okay. I'm people with me. I'm people with it. I'm a player baller. I'm a player's athletic. I'm a people A1. All got street cred. I'm a player baller. I'm a player's athletic. Pulled up in the fountain. Pulled off with a dance. Got a pocket full of money. Kinda hard to keep my pants up. Trying to run them bands up. Just because you my hands up. Lil Quake from his hands up. Kinda hard to understand up. Duffel bags in the Escalade. Caught a bitch there a bread truck. Got the bitch going retarded. Call Uber for a spare truck. All these niggas never scared us. All these niggas never ran us. Trying to put the head on. Trying to put the feds on. Trying to take meds on. Everything for the players on. It's singing like Arizona. Gunshot just for saying something. Spraying shit like aerosol. You a foul and it's a fair ball. People can't reach the goals. Keep shooting them down air ball. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. You getting mad? I'm getting rich. You getting mad? I'm getting rich. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Hey, watch out, little beauty. You getting mad? I'm getting rich. You getting mad? So I'm getting rich. Yeah. Watch out, little hoe. My partner still smoke on parole. They say that I'm crazy. I used to talk to a stove. I tell it to lock. I tell it a lot. Go to the dealership. Bitch, tell off the lot. You know I'm coming straight off the block. You know I'm coming straight off the top. Shorty say she want 5 million. Cause I told her to leave it, call her a thought. You can like it or not. Damn. I'm coming straight out the pot. Damn. Still got some act in my stock. Man. I ain't got a lot. I ain't gotta try. You waving that thing in the sky. We waving that thing at your body. We waving that thing at your eye. Look at the watch on my wrist. Got him all watching my wrist. Told that little bitch iPad. Well, watch the assist. I run the track like the marathon. You softer than silicone. You know what it's like when the feeling gone. I know what it's like when the sun gone. I had to sit down with Farrakhan. Turn the White House to the Terror Dome. I used to serve at the Chevron. I used to serve with my necklace on. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. You getting mad? I'm getting rich. You getting mad? I'm getting rich. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Watch out, little beauty. Hey, watch out, little beauty. You getting mad? I'm getting rich. You getting mad? So I'm getting rich. Yeah.
Oh my god, I have to tell you this.
When I switch lanes, then them doors swing. Arm out the window screaming money ain't a thing. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. While we switch lanes, diamonds in my chain. Been around the world, all the know my name. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. It's that automatic bang, bang, bang.
Up Louis belt match the chucks. I'm in the club with Ron. 10 ratchets tucked, back it up like a U-Haul. When cash is up, spades in my ice bucket, rub that for luck. Racks in my cargoes, all the more stupid. She said say she in love with me. Stay away from Cupid. That Panamera sick. Lupus. T-Raw. Show him how we do it.
I switch sign, do it. My new bitch, the new disc. Peace like a Buddhist. Cooler than Cool Whip. Your brain don't be stupid. Faded like boozy. Cut like a crew neck. Arm out the window. Another check, another Rolex. More less, the more wet, the more sex. I must say I bought her the PJ. More than a piss test. I wake up. My ex trying to make up.
Wake up. Telling these bitches to get their cake up. Wake up. Shooting my babies all on her makeup. I'm running through these hoes. Brandon Jacobs. Lambo doors up. Sitting just like her legs. Eat it off from the club. Rather instead.
When I switch lanes, then them doors swing. Arm out the window screaming money ain't a thing. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. Robbie switch lanes, diamonds in my chain. Been around the world, all the know my name. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. It's that automatic bang, bang, bang. I love her money talk, Chris Tucker. Got a chauffeur and a driver, I don't lease it, I'ma buy it. I be on the broke diet, you ain't eating, you biting my style. Strike like lightning. T. Cardi, my bitch like Bagari. I walk in the spot, all the bro guard me. Spend 30 racks, I'ma make it back tomorrow. Pull up with a big like the car.
You ain't never seen a Rari, look like a safari. Tiger riding shotgun, snake band Cardi. Air, I'm in them Nike Airs. 2500, call them Nikes rare. See them hating, but I don't really care. Gold bottles coming, tell them light flares. Snow on my wrist, call that Rolly Big Bear. See it in the light though. Big flare.
When I switch lanes, then them doors swing. Arm out the window screaming money ain't a thing. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. Robbie switch lanes, diamonds in my chain. Been around the world, all the know my name. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. It's that automatic bang, bang, bang.
Pull up at the barbershop, chop the top off the Phantom. Just screaming, hey, we ain't nowhere near Atlanta. Maybe she a rock star, maybe she a sinner. Them lottery balls, now she a winner. I'm all in that Virginia, I mean that Virginia. Get lost in that, you will never find them. Eat it like lasagna, eat it like E Honda. Shout out Breezy, shout out Rihanna.
When I switch lanes, then them doors swing. Arm out the window screaming money ain't a thing. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. Robbie switch lanes, diamonds in my chain. Been around the world, all the know my name. Call it automatic bang, bang, bang. It's that automatic bang, bang, bang.
Time waits for no man. You gotta boss up, man. It's time to stop playing around, being lazy. Get up and get to the money. Believe in yourself. Motivation, bro. Yeah.
Started out with nothing, now I'm bossed up. Started in the gutter, now I'm bossed up. Got it out the mud, now I'm flossed up. Yeah, I'm out good, yeah, they sauced up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. I'm bossed up, you don't wanna cross up. Bossed up, I'm out sauced up. Yeah, if you rich then you a gangster. All that tough that ain't gangsta. Go around and find you in a body bag. I'm just trying to fill up all these money bags. See me, I'm what a drug dealer dream about. Back and beamers out. If want some smoke, we pull them steamers out. I be so damn fresh, I catch the cleaners out. See taking shots, but I'm so bulletproof. I just laugh at them, cop a Bentley coupe. I swear I be so high, I gotta lose the roof. See, gotta lie cause they know I'm the truth. See, where I'm from, nobody give a about you. I know rappers, I know trappers, I know real clappers. If you ain't getting money, then you hustle backwards. Choppers on the backseat if you want some action. Started off with nothing, now I'm bossed up. Started in the gutter, now I'm bossed up. Got it out the mud, now I'm flossed up. Yeah, I'm out good, yeah, they sauced up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. I'm bossed up, you don't wanna cross up.
Gangsters on it, gangsters on it.
sauced up. Bosses, I'm with bosses, I don't care about what the cost is. We ain't trying to take no losses, we don't deal with fake often. I ain't have to go to college, taught myself, and now I'm ballin' like that summer when I went down to New Orleans and came back bossin'. And if a play me, we gon' toss them, I don't touch them, I just gotta make a call. They waiting for me to fall, but they ain't bout to happen. They playin' tough, but they ain't saying much about the captain. My about that action, you hear that beat and over slapping, seen her looking, yo, heard about the thing I'm packing. I don't care about no fashion, I'm a writer, not a rapper. Nah, they ain't moving past us, it's moving backwards. I ain't worried about the I'm just wondering where the cash is. I just do it different, I just made my cake the fastest. If a trip and grab the thing and then we blast it, I just roll some just why I'm laughing. It's Young Wiz, Taylor Gang. Started off with nothing, now I'm bossed up. That's hard. Started in the gutter, now I'm bossed up. Got it out the mud, now I'm flossed up. Yeah, I'm out good, yeah, they sauced up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. I'm bossed up, you don't wanna cross up. Bossed up, I'm out sauced up. I might be that might run your label. Yeah, I might be that put food on your table. Yeah, I might be that you see on cable. But I'm bossed up, so my young might pay you. The devil working on me, so I'm prayed up. Them went to bed, so I stayed up. How many times I gotta tell you I'm a player? King of my city, I might run for mayor. Mafia, yeah, this that new mafia. See you shining, so they copy ya. Now they all sitting around plotting on stopping ya. But that's when all them bodies start popping up. I got a dope, she be on some dope. Yo, on some, she just want the dope. In her veins, now she wanna the whole clique. She gon' bust it open, she say she can take the whole. Started off with nothing, now I'm bossed up. Started in the gutter, now I'm bossed up. Got it out the mud, now I'm flossed up. Yeah, I'm out good, yeah, they sauced up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. Bossed up, I done bossed up. I'm bossed up, you don't wanna cross up. Bossed up, I'm out sauced up. I'm out sauced up. I'm out sauced up. I'm out sauced up. I'm out sauced up.
6, Daniel Ward. Number 7, Jared Krogan. Number 9, Ross Bishop. Number 10, Carter Godin. Number 11, Felix Dufour. And number 15, Shay McIntyre. Your referees for tonight's game are Kevin Sexsmith and Stephen Cabral. I will now hand it off to you for your head referee for tonight's game, Kevin Sexsmith.
And welcome everybody to the NAIT Gymnasium as we have an electric top 10 match coming your way between the NAIT Ooks and the Lethbridge Lions, and the Lethbridge Kodiaks, my bad. I'm Ben Lowan, and I'm here with
Alex McFarland.
And Alex, what do you want to see for either one of these teams as the 7th ranked NAIT Ooks going against the number 3 ranked Lethbridge Kodiaks?
I just want to see each team come out with a lot of offensive firepower. It promises to be a very exciting match in that regard.
And these teams already have met twice this season with the series split at 1 apiece. So now let's see who's able to take it at the best of 3.
And for the NAIT Ooks, just won last night, and in sweet fashion, they really want to keep that momentum going here tonight.
And with this 5-headed monster we have been talking about this whole season, we really have to see if they're able, if NAIT is able to keep their serve receive and defensive up so that they're able to get their hitters into optimal situations. And serving first will be number 11, Felix Dufour, the year 2 from Edmonton.
Dufour has been one of their best in terms of kills, and he's also had some good service.
Oh, and that is a kill by number 9, Adam Rivet, to start the match for the Lethbridge Kodiaks.
And Gavin Mose was in on the play as well. It was an excellent setup.
And that was a really good set by number 24, Nash Shipton, the year 3 setter from Coaldale. That's a nice pass by Ward. They go to McIntyre. Oh, and McIntyre is stuffed on his first swing of the night to give the Kodiaks a 2-0 lead.
That's the kind of start you need if you're Lethbridge, recognizing that you can't give anything to the Ukes, especially not off the bat, to let them have momentum.
And Shay McIntyre on the season is hitting .327, but tonight that's not a good start for his first kill, as that serve was on its way to Radiator Springs by, I believe that was number 14, Nolan Mose.
Definitely well outside the box.
And the Mose brothers, Gavin and Nolan, are their kill leaders. So you know they're gonna go. So you know that the setters are gonna go to the brothers in this match tonight. First swing for Hills. Oh, and unfortunately, Hills is able to get that down through the block for his first kill of the night.
Able to get it out of bounds off the block, and that's something that NAIT does really well, is forcing their opponents' blocks out of bounds.
And Hills is hitting .395 on the season, and you know they're going to need production from him tonight if they're going to be able to take this top 10 showdown.
That one just a little bit long off the serve of Carter Groden.
And what do you think? Who do you think the errors are going to affect more in this match, NAIT or Lethbridge?
That's a tough one to say from the outset. It'll affect both teams most certainly. As for which one will affect more, I don't know.
Shane Wall will put up a good serve. They'll run Bishop in the middle. Oh, and that is a straight down kill by number 9, Ross Bishop, the year 4 from St. Albert.
He has been one of the most electric kill specialists for the NAIT Ooks so far this season.
He has done a great job in offense and defense this whole season for the NAIT Ooks. Oh, and Daniel Ward is able to get it off the hands for his second kill of the match. His first kill of the match, as the Ooks now had the first lead of the night early, as it's only 4-3.
Shay McIntyre came into the gym earlier looking like a finely dressed man, and he's got some finely dressed serves so far in this game.
Even though that was an incredible kill coming out of the back from Nolan Mose. But for Shay McIntyre, he always looks like he's ready for that fall winning, and he's got one of the best styles on this NAIT Ooks team.
He's almost like the volleyball version of Roger Federer.
I completely agree with you on that one, Alex. Oh, and that's an unfortunate miss serve from Adam Revitt, who's had a really substantial impact so far for the Lethbridge Kodiaks tonight.
Just not his best serve, and as usual, we have the fans with the error sign in the front row who are going to be watching him every time he makes a bad serve.
And that serve is unfortunately long, but I believe that was Ross Bishop, as that's the second or third service error in this first set for the NAIT Ukes.
Bishop will come out for Jared Krogan, the libero. Interesting, we have two liberos in this game, both from Jasper Place High School. Tyler Cheryshenko on Kodiaks, and then Jared Krogan as well, a JP grad.
And there was a little bit of a misconnect between Dufour and Godin, but Dufour is able to just tip it down through the descending block to get the point, as the Ukes are now up 6-5.
That's one of the strengths you need to have, is to be able to overcome the occasional miscommunication.
And now we'll have Carter Hills back serving. And Carter Hills gets his first ace of the night. We will be calling his name a lot tonight.
And he's definitely one of their serve specialists, as he is good from the front as well, but his serve is where he excels.
And unfortunately, that one just went long. I believe that's, what, 3 or 4 service errors in this first set for the Ukes?
I believe so, and we went the entire 5-set women's match without an announcer's jinx, and I now own the first of the night.
And we're only 7 points in. But now going back to serve will be number 6, Gavin Mose, part of that dynamic duo for this Lethbridge Kodiaks team. Our free ball just has to be sent over. Oh, and that is a great kill by number 8, Shane Wall, the year 2 outside from Swift Current, Saskatchewan.
He went off the block there and out of bounds off the NAIT player. That was an excellently placed shot.
And number 6, Gavin Mose, will go back to serve, who is averaging 1.85 kills a set, as he has 24 on the season so far. Oh, and that is straight down from Carter Hills to get, I believe, a second kill of the night, as the Ukes are now up 8-7 in this tightly contested first set.
Absolutely destroyed that one. We'll see a serve from Daniel Ward.
And Daniel Ward does have a really aggressive topspin serve. They'll go to the opposite side. And that is a block that goes out of bounds for number 14, Nolan Mose, the year 3 opposite from Barhead.
And holy Mose indeed. That sign is going to be getting a lot of use with the Mose brothers playing tonight.
And that's a nice pass by Roberts, but it was tight, and Carter Golden knows what to do with it. Carter Golden, the year 4 setter from Edmonton, really knows how to control the net when he's in the front row.
And that was an excellent joust win too. It was a joust at the net, and he forced it so that the Kodiaks had to make 4 contacts.
Where will they go? They'll go to the outside. Wall just tips it over, and that was a really smart shot by number 8, Shane Wall.
Perfectly placed. You couldn't do a better job than that one.
And I want to give some credit to number 24, Nash Shipton, the year 3 setter from Coaldale, because he's doing an incredible job spreading out the offense right now for this Lethbridge Kodiaks team.
As we'll see a serve incoming from Mose.
That was a roll shot that caught Shea McIntyre on the ground. Shipton tried to go over on 2. McIntyre gets it off the block, but he's dug up. They'll go to the back row to Mose. Mose is dug by Roberts. Where does Go to go? And he goes to Hills, but unfortunately that went right in the middle of the net for his first error of the night.
He was realizing the block was going to be set up there and tried to go his way around, but shot right into the net.
And even though we're only 19 points in this first set, Alex, what do you think of the electricity from either team so far in this game?
Delivering as advertised, without a doubt.
But I've just noticed with some of these service errors for NAIT, some of these service errors for the Kodiaks, they are going very well along.
Trying to attack with power, trying to win with your power game, and sometimes just having too much on the ball.
And unfortunately, that's a second service error for Carter Godin, for Carter Godin as the Kodiaks have an 11-10 lead.
Not as great as serving game so far.
Even yesterday in their match against Ambrose, he had way more errors than he usually does on the season average. I believe on the season he's averages about, he has 30 errors and 6 aces, which is not a good conversion. Still set Mose, and Mose is able to get it down through the block to give the Kodiaks a 12-10 lead.
That was an excellent play there by Carter Hills, trying to make the little cheeky play into the front row of the Kodiaks players, trying to catch him off guard. I liked that.
And now Wall goes back to the service line. Oh my gosh, that was a bomb by Ross Bishop, number 9.
He just, oh my goodness, metaphorically, he destroyed Tyler Chernishenko. Absolutely destroyed him.
There was nothing he could do with that. He just had to take the impact. There wasn't even time to dodge.
Serve coming from Shea McIntyre.
Oh, and unfortunately that serve is long. These errors are the story so far for this NAIT Ooks team tonight.
That's just the first one though from Shea McIntyre, whose serve game is usually on point.
And that's a really nice pass by Roberts. They'll run Ward. Ward is dug up, but that is sent straight into the rafters as Ward gets his 2nd or 3rd kill of the night and brings the lead down to 1.
And perfectly placed, forcing the Kodiaks to make errors. That's what you need to do if you're the NAIT Ooks, is force the other team to make errors.
And Daniel Ward is hitting 267 on the season, which you could say is low with how these NAIT hitters are doing, but that is still incredible numbers for an outside hitter. And Ward gets the one-on-one situation, and he's able to tool the hands of Shipton as he ties the game at 13.
And right over to our cameraman there, our photographer. That's one of the dangers of being a photographer, is if the ball ends up coming your way, you gotta be careful.
Bishop puts up another serve. Shipton goes to the outside to Mose. Oh, and couldn't be brought back by number 10, Carter Gordon, and that goes down as a kill for, I believe, number 6, Gavin Mose, the year 1 left side from Barhead.
Gavin Mose has definitely been on fire so far in this game, maybe their best kill specialist so far.
And Gavin Mose does have 1.85 kills on the season. I don't have a hit percentage, but he has to be hitting at least 200 or 300 on the season. And that's a nice block coverage by Carter Hills. They'll go back to one on the outside. He has 2. He's blocked once again. They'll go to McIntyre. And that was just a little bit of a misplay as McIntyre couldn't get an approach. And the Kodiaks now have a 15-13 lead as we are at the halfway point of this first set.
Right idea from the Ooks, so as they realized that they were trying to go through Daniel Ward, and the block kept being set up to perfection, so they had no choice but to try something different. Unfortunately, just misexecuted.
They should have sent one of those sets back to Hills. They'll go to Ward again. And he gets it down on the sharp cross-court shot as he gets NAIT's 14th kill of the set. Point of the set.
Point of the set, yes. Unfortunately, we wish it would be 14 kills, but sometimes you get your points through other means.
And now Carter Hills will be back at the line. Oh, and that is an unfortunate mishit by Daniel Ward that I know he really wants to have back.
No idea what he was thinking on that one, as that just went straight to the back wall.
And Carter Hills already has an ace tonight, but that serve he just hit was basically a guaranteed ace. Unfortunately, Daniel Ward just couldn't keep it in the court.
Excellent awareness there, as you could hear the players communicating that that one was going to go out, and indeed it was.
And I believe that was Carter Hills who called out on that serve, and that was a really tight ball. So that was great decision making by number 5. Carter Hills, the year 3 opposite from Morinville.
As back to serve now is Daniel Ward.
They'll have to set Mose. They'll go to McIntyre. Oh, and that is straight down by Shea McIntyre. That's what the Ooks need in order to take the first set.
And Shea McIntyre has had so many of those electric kills throughout the year. As we'll see the serve now from Daniel Ward again.
That's a nice pass. Shipton goes to the middle. And that is a nice termination by number 14, Nolan Mose, the other brother, the year 3 from Barhead.
Both Mose brothers have had their kill game on tonight, and I mean on.
And even though Nolan Mose is an opposite, he hit from the middle. So you can see that the Ooks are starting to, you're going to see that Shipton is running these crossing plays, which will confuse the NAIT blockers. And once again, it's 2-4 going straight down as he gets the kill, and we'll go back to the service line.
Smart placement too, realizing there's no one in that area and just attacking it with authority.
And how do you think this 5-headed monster for NAIT has been doing so far in this first set?
Against a really tough Kodiak's team, they have been definitely holding their own.
Oh, and that is an incredible kill by Nolan Mose.
We have been seeing so much firepower in this match already. It's only the first set. This is incredible.
With how this game is going, our viewers on this live stream, you guys better be ready for a long night. McIntyre's pass creates the overpass, and that'll go down as a Kodiak's point.
Carter Hill's trying to save that one, could not. Timeout, we'll be right back. Very tightly contested first set here between the NAIT and the Lethbridge Kodiaks. It is a 19-17 Kodiaks lead, and we have seen an entire fireworks store worth of firepower from both offenses. Ben Lohan has the call. Take it away.
That's a nice pass by Ward, where they go. They'll go to Bishop in the middle, and unfortunately, he just hit it a little too far across to give the Kodiaks a 20-17 lead.
Right idea, wrong execution, as he wanted to just paint the line, but just outside of it.
And now the Kodiaks have approached that red zone at that 20-point mark. So that means that the Ooks really have to limit their errors. And
so do the Kodiaks, as that one was one that Nolan Mose would love to have back as he serves it right into the net.
And now we'll have Jay Spinney coming into serve for the first time tonight, the year 2 from Sherwood Park.
The Spinney serve has been something we have loved to see all year long.
And I believe he's brought in because Carter Godden has not had his best serving nights last night or tonight. Oh, and that was an electric kill that went off the hands of Malcolm Fisher to get the kill to Carter Hills and bring the game back to 1.
And immediately he signaled that he knew he should have let that one go out of bounds, as it looked like it had the distance and the power to go all the way out.
And on the season, Carter Hills has 87 kills, and you know that total is just going to keep growing tonight. And unfortunately, that serve just goes long by Jay Spinney, and Carter Godden will come back in to set the match for the NAIT Ooks.
And keep an eye on the Kodiaks as they continually rotate their liberos out, keeping both of them pretty fresh throughout the match.
They'll go to Hills on the right side. And that was just a miss set. And that was just too tight of a set which gives the point to the Kodiaks as they have a 22-19 first set lead.
They're trying a little bit too hard to save that one. They kept going further and further to the right, eventually running out of room.
And now number 8, Shane Wall, will be back serving, and he's been doing a great job from that back line. And Carter Hills is able to blast it off the block as he flexes his muscles to cut the lead to 2. Alex, between the two setters, Shipton and Godin, who do you think is setting a better match tonight?
I would definitely say it's Godin without a doubt. He hasn't had the greatest serving game, but he's definitely been a presence up front.
And that's an overpass that's taken smartly by Carter Hills. They'll run Bishop. No, they'll run Hills. And that's a one-handed stab brought up. They'll just send over free ball. See where Godin goes. Oh, and he's able to go to Bishop and get it straight down in front of Fisher. And now the game is cut to 1 as it is 22-21.
Keep targeting Malcolm Fisher. It doesn't look like he is on it right now. He has had some good moments, but the past couple of times the ball's gone over to him. He hasn't been able to make anything happen with it.
And now with both teams in the red zone, Shane McIntyre really has to focus on keeping that serve in. And he does, and is able to get them out of system. And that's a nice jig by Roberts. They go to Hills. Oh, and that is a straight down kill by Carter Hills to tie the game up at 22-22.
And give credit to the Ukes. There were so many times they had to work with every inch of their power to save that ball. Timeout, we'll be right back.
And welcome back to the NAIT Gymnasium as we are at the end of this first set between the NAIT Ukes, the number 7, 8 Ukes, and the number 3, Lethbridge Kodiaks with Shane McIntyre back to the line. Alex, what do you want to see from either one of these teams to close this first set out?
Just keep doing what you've been doing throughout the entire set. It's been so closely matched, and we only need a 2-point margin to win.
And unfortunately, that serve goes out as it was a smart timeout called by the Kodiaks head coach as he was able to ice the server for NAIT, and Shane McIntyre just put it out for the error.
And so now critical serve for Ben St. Pierre, who's getting his first action of the match, a year 2 out of Red Deer.
Oh, and that is a nice kill by number 6, Daniel Ward. He is showing that he has so much power that these passers are not able to handle it.
An incredible play, not just to get the kill, but also considering that there was a service error previously to be able to pick up his teammate metaphorically.
And now we'll have Jared Roberts coming into the match for the first time tonight to serve. And last night for the Ukes, he served 3 aces. He served 3 aces at the end of the match to close it out in 3.
They're looking for 2 more here from him.
Oh, and unfortunately that just went in the net to give the Kodiaks a 24-23 lead and a possible set point.
We saw an extra point set last night in the second set against Ambrose. Do you think that might happen here? We'll find out after a timeout. Very close first set here, and delivering as advertised is a 24-23 Lethbridge Kodiak's lead as they look to close out the set, and NAIT looks to send this into extra points as serve coming from Nash Shipton. Ben, what do you think NAIT will do to respond?
They just need the first pass, just like what McIntyre gave them. Because then they're able to go to Hills and force this game into a win-by-2 situation.
We only saw it for the first time last night, and now we're getting to see it again the very next night. Goes to show you that teams have a lot of firepower in this ACAC.
And Carter Hills is someone you want going back to the service line. And that'll be an Ooks point, as the center, I believe, was back row, and he tried to take it over. And when the ball is in that plane, the middle blocker, Felix Jafor, has every right to go up and take that ball.
There was definitely hands over top of the net, so that is the correct assessment.
Oh, and unfortunately, that goes long for Carter Hills to tie this game up at 25 apiece.
Now, last night it ended 26-24, that second set did. This is the first time we're going to see a 27.
One of the longest sets I've ever watched has gone 41-39, so you never know what could happen.
We might get that here tonight.
With the caliber of these two teams, that is quite the possibility.
Oh, that's a critical service error there from Gavin Mose at a very critical point in the set. He's given the ball back to NAIT, and they just need one good serve and one good kill.
And now you'll have Daniel Ward going back to serve, who has 5 aces on the season. Let's see where he's able to go and possibly close out this first set. Oh, and unfortunately, that is another service error from Daniel Ward, which keeps the Lethbridge Kodiaks alive.
Let's see how the Kodiaks respond. They've been given an absolute gift here. They need to seize upon the opportunity. And here's the serve for Cameron Pierce.
They're going to Hills out of the back row. That is a steamer that is dug well by Mose. Oh, and that is an incredible shot by. Unfortunately, that just went out, but that was a nice. Shane Wall tried to go off the hands, but unfortunately, he just wasn't able to catch a blocker, and that ball will go out.
Shipton thought he had it inside the line, and he was making his case there to the official that it did end up inside the line, but the official saw differently, and they're still having a little bit of a discussion about that, but it will ultimately be a Nooks point.
I believe the line judges called that ball out of bounds.
That's the explanation given. We'll see a serve coming here from Jeff Drieger.
Oh, and that's a nice save by Hills out of back row. What can McIntyre do? He'll just put over a free ball. Where does Shipton go? Oh, and that is an incredible kill by number 14, Nolan Mose. When you need a kill, you go to Mose. Either one of them.
That's why the sign just reads Holy Mose, because they have 2 of them that are absolutely exceptional. And we'll now see Nolan go back to serve here.
Oh, and that is an incredible smart tip by Shane McIntyre as he is roasting marshmallows over that campfire.
Excellent play. They were expecting firepower from Shane McIntyre. Whenever you could throw the curveball like that, it always is exceptionally beautiful.
And they leave Godin in to serve. See if he's able to keep it in. He does, and that's a good pass. Shipton goes to the middle. Oh, and that is brought up, and unfortunately into the rafters, as we are almost at the 30-point mark for the first time this season.
This is incredible. This set already is delivering as advertised. And if every set is like this, it's going to be a long, action-packed match.
Make sure to grab your popcorn, because we'll be here for a while. Ross Bishop is dug up. Mose puts over a good swing. Bishop puts over another tip. They're out of system. They'll go to Mose. Mose tips it over, and now the Kodiaks have a possible set point at 29-28.
Let's see how the Ooks respond here throughout set points. Throughout the extra points, they've been the one who has gotten to set point. Now the tables are turned, and they have to perform under pressure.
And now let's see if Gavin Mose is able to keep his serve in. Oh, and unfortunately, that's in the net to send number 15, Shea McIntyre, back to the line.
That was Shea Wall that was serving, and not his best serve. I'm sure you want to have that one back. And Lethbridge will call a timeout here to get things sorted out.
That's actually smart, because I think they're trying to
One of the most incredible sets that we have seen at all this season, as we are already going to be guaranteed to go to 31 points in the first set here between the Ukes and the Lethbridge Kodiaks. Shea McIntyre serving here.
The coach wasn't able to ice him out as he puts in a good serve. Oh, and that was a nice kill by number 9, Adam Revitt, whose name we have not called a lot since the beginning of this first set.
Some of his first action, well, not some of his first action, but some of his most noticeable action so far.
And now going back to serve will be Adam Revitt, who did have an ace earlier in the set. Oh, and that is in for the ace to give the Kodiaks the first set 31 to 29. Make sure you stay with us for this action-packed match. And welcome back to the NAIT Gymnasium as we are starting the second set in this top 10 showdown between the NAIT Ooks and the Lethbridge Kodiaks. I'm Ben Lowan and I'm here with
Alex McFarland.
And Alex, what do you want to see from NAIT in order to take this second set?
Well, I certainly want to see that, and I definitely also want to see them just clean things up a little bit. There's been too many service errors, I would agree, and they just need to get that figured out.
They were playing way too higher in that first set. The tip goes to Hills. They'll run McIntyre. McIntyre is dug, but it's brought over. Dufour takes the first ball. They'll go back to McIntyre. Oh, and that is a great kick save by Ward. They'll go to Mose. Mose tips it. Taken easily by Dufour. Unfortunately, Carter Hills is not able to get the hands, and that will go down as an error.
Right idea, as he tried to go right for the back corner, is just a little bit too long.
Hills is dug up. Oh, and that is a miscommunication. That should have been Shipton's ball.
As they'll agree that that could have been done better, both Nash Shipton and Nolan Mose, and they'll move on from that one.
Even if Carter Hills isn't able to get his kill straight down, he is able to cause mayhem in the backcourt.
Carter Gunn had an excellent serve late there. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Gordon runs a quick set to McIntyre, and McIntyre gets it right down on the campfire for the kill.
That's the Shea McIntyre we know and love. That was an excellent smash mouth kill.
And he's doing really well, hitting 327 on the season. And tonight, I believe he would be around those numbers.
Gunn's serve game has come on here. Let's see if he can keep it up as they get a ball out of the way.
And now Godin will serve for the Oaks. And unfortunately, he tried to go for that back sideline, but it just went a little long to give the point to the Kodiaks, and it is now a 3-2 game.
I had an excellent look on that one. He was trying to pick the corner and almost did. It was just a few inches off.
And Godin is a little high error with his serving as he has 30 on the season, and tonight he has at least added 3 more so far. But Ross Bishop has not added another hitting error in a long time.
Ross Bishop is just on fire tonight. Anything he touches is always going down in the back for a Nukes point.
Oh, and that's another serve by Shea McIntyre. That has to be, are we around 10 or 12 missed serves for the Ukes so far? And we're only 4 points in the second set?
As a group, yes, there's been way too many of them so far in this match, and they have had troubles with them at a couple points this season.
Oh, they definitely have. In one of the games the Ukes have played where they won a 5-setter, they had a combined 27 service errors, which is already a whole set they gave to their opposition just because of their serve.
Serve coming now from Adam Revitt.
Revitt targets McIntyre. That's a nice one-handed set. Ward just sends over a down ball. Oh, and Jared Roberts is able to keep it alive. Ross Bishop just sends a nice free ball over. They go to Mose, and Mose is stuffed on the outside by Hills and Bishop.
What an excellent block they set up. If they could set that block up even more, they will have a really good shot of taking the second set.
And now serving will be Ross Bishop. Oh, and that I believe went off the antenna from the swing from Mose, and that goes down as a NAIT point. And unfortunately, with these last 2 swings, I believe that Shipton has been trapping Mose on that outside position, and he hasn't been able to do anything with the swings. Oh, and Dufour is shoved straight down by number 14, but I believe that number 11, Cameron Pierce, the year 2 from Barhead.
One of Pierce's biggest impacts so far in this match is he has been excellent setting up the block. And another ball rolls onto the court. We hadn't had any of those happen earlier on in the year, and now tonight just seems like spare volleyballs are always rolling onto the court.
That just shows that Nate should take us bowling more. Shipton sets to Mose. Mose digs his own block. And Mose does not get a touch of the block, and he hits it wide on the line to give the Ooks a 7-5 lead.
They thought they had it, and I think he was trying to shoot it down the baseline, even paint the line. Unfortunately, just a little bit too far right.
And now we'll have Carter Hills back to serve, who has been a little wishy-washy with the serve tonight. That one wasn't. And unfortunately, Cameron Pierce, I believe that's his first error of the night, as he just throws it right in the middle of the net.
Saw the Nate block coming on that one and was trying to work his way around it. It's the one difficult thing about trying to work your way around blocks is usually you send it right into the net.
And now Carter Hills goes back to the line.
Unfortunately, a little bit too long on the serve. And that will turn the ball over to the Kodiaks. You still have an 8-6 lead here, though.
And now Gavin Mose will go back to serve, who hasn't had his best, he didn't have his best trip along the front row, so I'm sure he's gonna want to make up for it with the serve. And unfortunately, that's my first jinx of the night, as Carter Mose, as I believe, that was not Carter Mose, that was Gavin Mose, just goes long on the serve.
I think you're thinking of Carter Hills and Carter Godin way too much.
I mean, with how many times we're calling their names, it gets stuck in your brain.
As we'll see now, the serve coming from Daniel Ward.
And they'll go to the outside to Shane Wall. And Shane Wall is able to get it off the hands for the kill and bring the game to a 2-point.
And the Ooks have been setting up some very decent blocks. That time they just could not get the right deflection towards the middle of the court.
And now let's see what Cameron Pierce is able to do from the back row, as he does have 2 service aces on the season. But unfortunately, that serve went well long, as he gives the point to the Ooks as they have a 10-7 lead.
The Ooks have definitely been playing a lot better in the second set as the errors start to pile up on the Kodiak side. The Ooks just need to keep playing the way they are right now.
And Dufour puts in a good jump floater. They'll run the middle. He's blocked, but he's brought back. Mose just puts in a roll. Dufour takes it. They go to Bishop. Bishop's dug up. Mose again. And Mose is able to get it off the hands of McIntyre to give them the 8th point of the set.
An excellent job by the Kodiaks not giving up. There were so many times where they could have had a 4-touch violation or let the ball fall, but they never quit.
And now it will be number 14, Nolan Mose, back to serve. Oh, that's a nice pass by Roberts, but unfortunately it just sailed a little too far forward, creating the possible overpass, which the Lethbridge Kodiaks were able to take care of.
Just simply an unfortunate play as he was trying to go right to the front, right where Carter Godin stands.
That's a short serve that's taken well by Ward. They'll go to Hills. Hills is dug by Kurashenkov. Moses dug out of the back. Back to Hills. And Hills is unfortunately stopped. That's a block that can be brought up.
And that's maybe one of the challenges the Ooks have had so far in this match is when they get blocked, they're having trouble figuring out a way to dig it up.
I believe that this 5-headed monster has not seen a block like the Lakeland Kodiak so far this season. But it's not giving any problems to Shea McIntyre as he takes the swing and the kill.
It's so much fun watching Shea McIntyre. He's able to do it all, but his kills especially are just thrills.
The kills for the thrills. I like the play on words, Alex.
As we'll see a serve now from Carter Godin.
And unfortunately, that is Godin's 4th or 5th service error in this set. He has not been having the service weekend that he usually does.
Do you think they might go back to Jared Robert at some point in the set?
I believe when we get later into the set, I believe they will bring in Roberts or Spinney to serve.
Serve here from Shea Wall.
And that serve goes long as well. There have been plenty of service errors from both teams tonight.
It's probably the biggest risk to playing a firepower heavy game, is that sometimes your firepower can get you too carried away.
Shea McIntyre's serve is taken well by Revilla. Oh, and that is a nice save by Mose on the Ward swing. Our free ball will just have to be sent over by Ward. Where does Shipton go? He runs to the outside. Mose is dug. Oh, and rallies like that you'll see all night, and especially from the Lakeland Kodiaks, they're able to take them.
Lethbridge has been doing an excellent job here, and I do want to also shout out Daniel Ward there, as it looked like at one point Jared Krogan completely lost track of where the ball was. Ward had his back.
And that's a nice pass by Ward. They run Bishop. Bishop is brought up. Oh, and that is, I believe we're on a 3-point run. And now the Kodiaks have taken back the lead in this set, 13-12.
Their first sets, one of their first leads in the second set here, as they are playing the Ukes really well and always making adjustments.
And now we have to see if the Ukes are able to face this adversity, because this is the first home match where they have really been pushed. Oh, and that is unfortunate, but it is a great block for number 11, Cameron Piers, the year 2.
Timeout, Nate. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the NAIT Gymnasium, as we are at the halfway point of this second set, as the Lethbridge Kodiaks are leading the NAIT Ukes 1-0 and 14-12 in the match. Alex, what do you want to see from the Ukes in order to respond?
They just need to make sure they're not making too many errors, and they need to adjust to the excellent Kodiaks defense.
And that is a great first kill. They needed to come out of the timeout from who else but Ross Bishop, the year 4 middle from St. Albert.
What a night Ross Bishop is having. I'd say out of all the Ukes on the court so far, he has definitely been the best at powering that ball down.
And he's been hitting some blistering numbers at 357 on the season. Oh, and that is a lucky break for Noah Shipton as he put some air under it, but unfortunately Carter Godin wasn't able to get down in time.
Just an unfortunate play, as they were not expecting that two-tip over by, it was Nash Shipton.
And Nash Shipton does not seem like too much of an offensive setter tonight. I believe that's one of his first attempts over.
Well, that's just a breakdown in communication there, as it looked like they were trying to send it over and Daniel Ward wasn't expecting it.
And I believe the Ukes just really need to just take a deep breath and get a first pass off the serve receive, because they are in desperate need of a side out. They'll go to Hills. And when you need to get out of a certain rotation, you know who you're going to go to.
Carter Hills with the thrills, as you used to say.
Carter Hills with the thrills. And now he'll be going back to the service line as the Ukes are down by 2.
Hills has been kind of iffy on serves at some points tonight. Let's see if he can get this one across.
And he does. Oh, and that is a straight down kill by number 14, Nolan Mose, coming from the left side. He can do it from either side, left or right, or the middle.
That might be his most powerful one yet tonight, and that's saying something, given how many powerful shots we've seen.
And
As
now
it looks like we have a little bit of discussion. I believe Carter Godin was trying to explain something to the official.
And I believe it's just something about the banter coming from both sides of the net, as we are in quite a heated match.
You know, emotions are at an all-time high.
And now number 6, Gavin Mose will keep back at the service line, the 6-7 outside from Barhead. Oh, and that is unfortunate for the Ooks, but that was still a great ace for number 6, Gavin Mose. And we'll call a timeout. We'll be right back.
I'll come here.
As we come back here into the NAIT Gymnasium, the Lethbridge Kodiaks pulled out a very tight first set win. Now they're starting to run away with the second set. NAIT needs to find a way to stem the tide as the serve comes from Gavin Mose.
Going to test the middle to Dufour. Dufour is dug, but incredibly by Trutankov. They're gonna. They went to number 8, Shane Wall, the 6'3" outside, and he has been doing a great job at taking advantage of the block.
Play to perfection. Now we're going to see the first of Noah Steppen in this match as NAIT looks to shake it up. Also coming in is Jay Spinney.
I believe
as they try to find a combination that will be able to defend against Lethbridge.
And the block has been doing a great job against Carter Hills tonight, knowing that he has the most kills on the team. So now with Noah Steppen coming in, it gives a little bit of a variety on that right side.
That was just not the greatest serve at all from Gavin Mose there. They'll turn the ball over.
And Daniel Ward has not had his best serving night either tonight. So let's see if he's able to take it over, because the Ooks really have to be low air in order to not go down too.
Seems that neither number 6 has been able to have a good night.
Look at Mose. And that ball was apparently brought up. And that's a type set to step in. He's just able to do what he can do with it. Oh, and they went to number 6, Gavin Mose out of the back row. The Kodiaks are firing on all cylinders and are looking to take the 2-0 lead.
He attacked Jay Spinney that time. Unfortunately, Spinney just fresh into the match, not ready at all for that one.
And now we'll have number 11, Cameron Pierce, going back to the service line.
And not a great serve there. We said it earlier during the women's matches, it looks like opposing teams, when they come into this venue, have immense trouble with their service game.
I completely agree with you on that one, because all teams really are above their season averages with service errors. Our free ball will just go over. Nate's in desperate need of a side out. McIntyre just puts a little too much air over that tip. Shane Wall just puts up a nice ball. Oh, and that is an unfortunate tip by Steppen that wasn't able to clear, as now they are down 21-16.
Not sure what the thought process was on that. I think maybe just trying to send a little soft dump over and just could not get the right shot on it.
And Spinney is not having the best time connecting with his hitters tonight. McIntyre is blocked, but it's stuck up by Ward. They'll go back to McIntyre. and he gets it down. Unfortunately, that goes too far across, and the Huskies now have a 22-16 lead. As now, I believe Jared Roberts, number 8 from Hamilton, Australia, will come in for number 6, Daniel Ward.
As Robert has been brought in a lot as serve specialist, but right now they just need him to give a spark to this team as they find themselves down by 6 points and out of sorts.
They are not firing well at all right now. As that serve goes in the net, the Ooks are not having the usual offensive night that they're seeing, because this defense from the block and back row standpoint has been impeccable from this Lethbridge Kodiak's team so far.
Just need to find a way to take advantage of the Kodiak service errors, and Noah Steppen will look to do that here.
And now we'll have Noah Steppen back to serve, the year one from Sherwood Park. And unfortunately, that serve goes in the net as the Kodiaks have a 23-17 lead and are in command of this second set as they try to go up 2-0 against this NAIT Ooks team.
The inability to take advantage of service errors from the opposing team is really coming back to bite the Ooks here.
McIntyre is dug by Chernesco. Oh, Cherashenko again is having McIntyre's number. Oh, and that is a block that goes out of bounds, and a great kill by number 6, Gavin Mose.
This is not the best set for the NAIT Ooks this season. Certainly something they'll want to bounce back from as we look certain to head to a third set with a 2-0 set lead for Lethbridge.
And that one goes long, and we'll see who the next server is for NAIT. And it will be the one and only Shea McIntyre.
He's been pretty good from the service line so far. Sure, he's had a couple of errors, but I'd say out of everyone on the NAIT roster, he's been the best tonight at serves.
Oh, and unfortunately that goes in the net to give the second set to the Kodiaks 25-18. Make sure you stay with us for the third. Welcome back to the NAIT Gymnasium. As for the first time this season, the NAIT Ooks are down 2-0 against this Lethbridge Kodiaks team. Alex, what do you want to see from this NAIT team in order to take their take the third?
Just play a simple game. Don't need to go firepower all the time. They've been able to mix it up before.
And number 5, Malcolm Fisher has had McIntyre's name tonight, but unfortunately, that kill was just a little too much heat as the dig went out of bounds.
And Malcolm Fisher hasn't really had the most impact in this game. Anytime the Ukes have gone to him, there's been several times where he has not been able to respond.
And that's a nice dig by Fisher, but they'll be out of system. Dufour puts up a good ball. They'll go to Hills. And Hills hits it out of the back, hits it long on that back row. Do you think they should not go to Hills as much in this back row?
Definitely spread it out. You have a lot of talent back there. You have the likes of Jared Krogan, Jared Robert back there, and of course, Shea McIntyre.
Whenever they can, they really have to push the ball to Bishop. And unfortunately, that one's just in the net to give the Kodiaks a 2-1 lead early in this third set.
The one thing I noticed here on the Lethbridge side is that not only is their coach really active in this game, but he's also making sure his players keep an even keel and not get too emotional.
McIntyre is blocked, but it's brought up by Jared Roberts. Oh, and unfortunately, that is not the swing that Jared Roberts, that number 15, Shea McIntyre wanted, as they're currently down 3-1. And for the Ukes team right now, they just have to keep swinging confidently, because when they're able to play good defense and get their kills down, they are lightning.
That, unfortunately, is not the greatest serve for Nolan Mose. Mose has been really good on kills, but I've noticed that his serve game has not been where he's wanted it to be so far tonight.
And now we'll have Carter Godin going back to the service line, who I believe has 3 or 4 errors on the night to 0 aces.
Can't afford an error here.
Oh, and that is really unfortunate for Godin, as the errors are starting to pile up in spades for this Ukes team.
Service game for both sides has not really been up to snuff, as we are probably like at 30-something errors combined.
Oh, at least. But even though that was a service error by Gavin Mose, I want to just give credit to that whole Lethbridge Kodiaks team. They are showing right now why they are number 3 in the nation in the college volleyball game.
They're going up against one of the best teams in our conference, and they are just absolutely running with it.
And that's a nice dig. That was Roberts' first swing of the night. That's dug up, and that goes off the block of Roberts to give the Kodiaks a 5-3 lead.
Kodiaks just look unstoppable right now. They got the momentum they needed from winning that first set that went to extra points, and they have run with that momentum since.
And now Adam Revitt goes back to the line. And I believe that was a foot fault on Adam Revitt as he served the ball. If you're able to jump before the court and land, you're able to land in the court for a serve, but if you jump on that line or in the court, that will be an automatic point to your opposition.
And not something we see often, but that definitely garnered a reaction from the Kodiaks bench.
They'll go to Mose. And Mose gets it off the hands of McIntyre for the kill.
That was a reactionary move by McIntyre, but he should have let that one go out of bounds. That was destined to go well past the back corner.
And McIntyre has been really good offensively all season, but his defense has been something that has been picked on by other teams, and Lethbridge is doing that definitely tonight.
As we'll see a serve coming from Nash Shipton.
Oh, and that's an unfortunate error by McIntyre.
Not his best shot, and he definitely would love to have that one back.
The Ukes are just not, some of these sets are just, Carter Godin is just not connecting with his hitters right now, and this is the first time all season where we've really seen them press way too hard.
That was a little bit of an overpass there that the Kodiaks were able to knock down with ease.
And the Kodiaks are targeting Shea McIntyre in serve receive, and they're exposing him, and they're exposing him and taking advantage this whole night.
Sometimes Shea McIntyre is your best player, but when he gets targeted too much, it has an effect.
And
As that one is going down for a point.
And that was a great move by number 8, Jared Roberts, as he stepped in front of McIntyre to take the pass.
Roberts is realizing his role in team in his first year, and that time shows exactly what he needs to do.
Oh, and that is a missed serve by number 5, Carter Hills, and that is not what the Ooks needed right now.
Neither Carter on the Ooks roster has been able to have a good serving game tonight.
And with being down 4 in this third set and down 2-0, the Ooks have to play some airless volleyball if they want to keep this game going. Oh, and that is a nice straight down solo stuff by Carter Godin as he tries to get the energy going for this Ooks team.
Carter Godin getting it going. Absolutely love to see that, and that's what the Ooks really needed before the deficit became too insurmountable.
And now number 8, Jared Roberts. We'll go back to the 9 line, who's was one of the most consistent servers, but these service errors, the errors in general for tonight, are really hurting the Ooks. They have to clean the game up. They have to clean their game up if they are going to take this third set.
That was a shining example there of how they're trying to play too much of a power game and not mixing in some accuracy.
Oh my gosh, that was a great block by number 14, Nolan Mose.
And he had the look of a boss on that one. The Holy Mose sign in the crowd has not been any more true than it was right there.
And they are blocking, they are on top of Shea McIntyre's cross-court shot. Shea McIntyre really has to start going line, because then he'll be able to start creating those seams in the block.
As we get a service error there, they'll turn things back over to the Ooks. The Ooks need to find some momentum off of this.
And now with Bishop back in the game, he's been their most productive hitter, and they have to keep putting more balls to him. Oh, and that is a great set to number 9, Adam Revitt, the year 2 middle from North Battleford.
And an excellent way to recover, as it looked like there was a bit of a miss hit there, but they were able to get the ball back and get it over perfectly.
And that is a net violation on the NAIT Ooks to give the Kodiaks a 13-7 lead in the must-win third set for the Ooks. We'll be right back. And that is a straight down kill from Carter Hills, which is what the teams need to fire the Ooks up.
That might even be his best of the match so far.
Oh, and that is an incredible save by number 5, Malcolm Fisher, but I believe it will be a Ooks point.
As that went way too far out of bounds. They had to jump over chairs for that one. While it's an incredible play, unfortunately, sometimes it's just not going to work.
That was still a really impressive play by number 5, Malcolm Fisher.
Okay, just keep talking. Alex.
Oh, and that was one of the worst serves, worst serves we've seen from Carter Hills tonight. That was just not a good hand contact. It went right down under the net.
Okay, apparently we're good. We're good.
And now we'll have number 6, Gavin Mose, serving for the Lethbridge Kodiaks. Oh, and that is just a miss hit by the Kodiaks. And now it'll be 19-15 as the Ooks will take a timeout.
We'll be right back. In.
Yep, go for it, buddy.
The Ooks trying to keep things close here as they are fighting tooth and nail with the Lethbridge Kodiaks, who currently lead the third set 19-15 after taking the first and second sets in decent fashion, as now they have Gavin Mose serving.
And they'll be out of system. They'll go to Roberts on the outside. Oh, and that was a nice swing by Roberts, but it's dug up. Oh, and Carter Hills is dug. This defense from the Kodiaks is incredible. Shane McIntyre is dug. And they get it off the hands for Shane Wall. The Kodiaks are showing that they are a defensive team.
That's ultimately what's going to win them this match if they can close out the third set, is that their defense has just been as top-notch as their offense has in every facet.
And now we'll see Noah Steppen and Jay Spinney coming back in the lineup to hopefully just give a little more size up front and get a little bit different looks from number 12, Noah Steppen, the year 1 setter opposite from Sherwood Park.
Oh, they needed that.
And that is a kill that they needed from Roberts. And Roberts hasn't had too much time, gotten the opportunity for too much playing time, as he's only a year 1. But he is showing that he has some explosive firepower. Those New Zealand volleyball players are something else.
They sure are.
And they'll go to the outside of Wall. Wall just rolls it, and it's brought up. McIntyre rolls it as well. Shifted sets to Mose. And Mose gets the kill for it to be 21-16 for the Lethbridge Kodiaks.
Mose and Mose have been a heck of a duo so far tonight. As now they'll send Cole Hemmerling back to the line, some of his first noticeable action in the match tonight. And they'll go to McIntyre. Oh yeah, there
There you go. McIntyre giving the finger down as he gets the kill.
And they needed that to stay alive here in this third set. And now Felix Dufour back to the line to serve.
And now going back, as Alex said, will be Felix Dufour, who is an incredibly efficient server for this Zooks team. He almost gets the ace off the shank. Oh, and that is a straight down crush by McIntyre. That is a momentum changer swing if you ever needed one.
Emphatic and absolutely momentum shifting, as you said. That was one of the best of the entire match out of Shane McIntyre.
Oh, and that was a really good try by Noah Steppen, but unfortunately it couldn't be brought back as the Kodiaks have a 22-18 lead and are closing in on a possible sweep of this NAIT Ooks team.
And to send them back in the critical serve, they have Nolan Mose at the line.
Oh, and that is what they needed from McIntyre. McIntyre, being the year 4 from Edmonton, is really showing that he has the explosive firepower that could really change a set for a team.
Let's see if they can build some momentum off his excellent kills late here in the third set.
And now that we are in that red zone, the errors have to be next to none for the Ooks. Oh, and that unfortunately went off of Jared Roberts, as now we are 2 points away from a possible game. Alex, what do the Ooks need to do to get back in the set?
Just keep building, keep finding ways around the Kodiaks defense. That's been the one thing that the Kodiaks have been winning off of, is the defensive aspect, and the Ooks need to adjust to it.
And number 6, Gavin Mose, has been and number 8, Shane Wall, has been a really good server. But unfortunately, that's a jinx on me as he puts it right in the middle of the net.
Could have used some of that earlier on in the match.
And now back to the line will be McIntyre, who has had a really on and off serving night tonight.
Let's hope he's on here.
And unfortunately he is not, that is a match point, a possible match point coming for the Lakeland, the Lethbridge Kodiaks at 24-20. And going to do the possible deed is number 9, Adam Revitt.
Critical serve here. If you're Lethbridge, you need to close it out now.
Oh, and that is in the net for number 9. And now serving will be Ross Bishop. But coming in will be number 16, number 17, the year 5 libero, Jeff Drieger, coming in to serve from Calgary.
And I think that was one of the first face palms I ever seen, was when Adam Revitt committed that service error right away. He knew it wasn't his best.
Jeff Drieger keeps it in, puts it on the outside. They go to Mose, and Mose gets it down for the 3-0 win as they take the third set, 25-21. Alex, what did you see from that last home match we'll get in 2022?
I definitely saw a lot of firepower from both sides, but the one thing the Ooks need to work on is their own defense and getting around the other team's defense, as they ran into Kodiak's front line that was able to stuff them at every possible turn.
It was a very high error match for this NAIT Ooks team, and that is not what they could have been allowed, especially against this the number 3 team in the nation in the Lethbridge Kodiaks.
And the first set as well.
And now we'll have the star players of the game coming to you live.
The elite promotional marketing player for the game for the Lethbridge Kodiaks is number 24, Nash Shipton. The Boston Pizza player of the game for your NAIT Ooks is number 8, Jared Roberts.
Final piece.
Yeah. Certainly deserved players of the game there for Nash Shipton and Jared Robert. And ultimately, after a very intense first set that lived up to the billing that the Kodiaks took, they run home with the sweep.
And that'll be the last game of volleyball from us in 2022. and we will be back in about mid-January for the continuation of the season. I'm Ben Lowon, and I'm here with
Alex McFarland.
And make sure you have a good, safe, and fun rest of your Saturday night. We'll see you next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks for basketball.